before I forget. All right, so we have a couple of more minutes before I want to dive into anything. How's everybody doing this morning? Cool.
Okay.
Haley, I think I know you from the Starry Plow. Is that a possibility?
Yeah, that's quite possible.
Yeah, you're a musician, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you from the Starry Plow. I'm out of touch with the Starry Plow for a long time now, but I was friends with the Hughes family, Francis and Rose and Mayor Dodd and Mike Hughes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I get over there very rarely.
I'm sorry.
I said I get over there very rarely these days. Well, now I don't get over there at all, but
yeah, sure. Yeah, they're doing things online.
oh, good.
Yeah, if you're on Facebook, search them out. They do live performances, and yeah, there's a band of people trying to keep the Starry Plow alive. You don't have any news on anybody. I haven't been in touch in a long time. Do you know, is everybody?
I think everybody's okay. I haven't heard otherwise. I'm still in touch with the people from like Buffalo Road and the Vintage Hippies, and so I would have heard something if they heard anything.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I worry, when you get out of touch with people, it's scary. Just is everybody still okay?
Yeah. I'm just not getting on with a picture today because I'm a mess right now. But I'm listening.
Right on. Yeah, I was a big Natives fan.
Oh yeah.
George.
Yeah. I went to his memorial thing.
Oh, okay. So George isn't with us then, huh?
Oh, George passed a long time ago, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That's terrible to say, but he lived hard. He lived very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love dancing at the Starry Plow.
Me too.
Yeah. All right, good morning, everybody. Today is our last day, and my plan for today, and I don't know exactly who's here, but I'm hoping the person who teaches dance is here, the one who wanted to know about the duration of the clips.
That was Dawn.
That's me, Claire. Yes, I'm here.
Right on. I'm glad you're here. I was going to try to figure out how to get this information to you somehow if you weren't here. So I'm not going to talk too long about this, but it sent me down a little rabbit hole of like, oh, what is the answer to that question? And I researched it, and then I tested it, and I made the mistake of testing it using my Apple, which I was able to do an hour video, no problem. But I realized you won't be using an Apple laptop. And so I just went with worst case scenario, no offense, that you're using a Chromebook, because that would be worst case in terms of the slowest process, like the least hardware that you got in there for processing things. So with a Chromebook yesterday, I was able to upload a half-hour video or do a half-hour video in Clipchamp, download it. Once I get on my machine, I have no worries about YouTube. The worry is, can your processor handle it? So with a Chromebook, and it's a refurbished Chromebook, so it's not like state of the art or anything, I was able to do 30 minutes. Now it took me a while. I just put the Chromebook next to me on the couch and kept a side eye on it. I would say it took probably less than an hour, but more than 20 minutes. So I'm not really sure, somewhere in there. So does that help you?
Yes, thank you so much, Claire.
What resolution are you running?
With Clipchamp, since you're doing it for free, what do you got? I think it's just that 4 something.
Was it the only one you can do?
Yeah.
Okay.
With Clipchamp, yeah. So for the dance teacher, and I'm sorry, could you tell me your name? I'm having trouble.
Dawn Williams.
Dawn. Dawn, for you, what site do you work at?
Berkeley High School.
Yeah. So you've got, I wonder what resources you have from the STEM, I don't know what they call themselves. There's like a group of video production people. I don't know what's happening with distance learning though. Because are you on a Chromebook?
Yes.
Yeah. So it doesn't seem fair that with what you want to do, you're limited by being on a Chromebook. And I wonder if there are resources of, if you can record the video, if someone with a better machine can help you. But if you're doing it on the daily, no, that's probably not going to happen, right? But for special events, if you wanted a big chunky video that's an hour or more, you could definitely reach out to me. I also think that there's probably resources on your site. So what we'd have to figure out is a way for you to get me the raw footage, probably on Google Drive. And then I could use my better machine for this job, which is an Apple laptop. Not laptop. Yeah, laptop. Anyway, so Dawn, I don't know. Do you think you have resources at Berkeley High for that at all?
Yeah, I know we have video production. They filmed our shows when they were on stage. I guess I'm just trying to envision, recording Zoom, dancing, and trying to upload that. Or I really don't even feel like I have the skills right now to do Zoom recording. Even I've seen a few examples of other teachers in the Bay Area. I'm just trying to kind of keep up with the times, but
I can only imagine, because as a kindergarten teacher, I dance a lot and I sing a lot. Well, I don't sing, but like I use recorded music. And I was in tears at times because I was having a great time dancing. And then I got feedback from my parents like, yeah, that didn't really work. Like it glitched. We couldn't hear you. You were frozen. And it was devastating because like that's how I teach.
Right.
That's all I got. So what am I gonna do? So in that case, I think sometimes the video might be better because it's not having streaming problems, but then you don't have the interaction, so instructional videos are ways that you can teach the way you teach, unfortunately in a vacuum. But you're not coming up against connectivity issues that Zoom is giving us.
Right. Thank you. That's true.
Reach out to me, Dawn, as you go forward. Like if you're like, okay, now I even if you want to say to me, like, I didn't get anything out of what you taught me, like, sorry, I don't learn in a group of 17 very well. And I can work with you one-on-one if that's helpful to you.
Thank you so much, Claire.
Absolutely. All right. So what we're going to do today is I want to go straight onto my phone because I really want to show you this app. So I'm going to share my content from my screen from my phone. Let's see if that's going to happen. Okay. Is everybody's audio still okay if I messed up the audio by doing that? If someone can unmic and say we're okay, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's great.
It's fine. Thanks so much. All right. So I want to point out this app, and I have it in the resources doc. It's called Video Saver. Now in Video Saver, if I click this plus sign up here, and this was a little tricky for me at the beginning because I didn't realize I could scroll down. What you need is at the bottom of here. I click on Internet. Now I did a little research before class to find out, which video I wanted, and I got the URL for it. So you can go to a URL of a web page that has a video on it, or you can go to the URL of a YouTube video. So it could be a page with a video on it. That's okay too. I chose a YouTube video, so I paste that into that bar up on top and click go. Now, when I'm on the website, if it was a website, I might scroll down to find the video I want. And when I click play, you got to give it a second. It doesn't happen right away. This will come up. And
God, see, you better not be late for school.
Okay.
don't wanna be so afraid. It's time to get out my way. I'm running, I can't keep running. I'm running, I can't keep running.
Sorry, I lost control of that. So once I've done that,
I just wish it was just a phase. I'm running.
I want it to stop playing. Okay, once I've done that, I'm going to use the back button. And when I want to get to this screen. I could also probably have gotten there by clicking on the bottom, but I have an ad. Whenever you click on anything, you wind up getting an ad. But down at the bottom, it says My Videos. So this is the video I just downloaded. If I click on the 3 dots next to it, I can save it to my camera roll. Now that's on an iPhone. I'm sure that there's an Android equivalent, or this works on Androids. I don't know. But the nice thing about that is now it's in my photos. Now I'm going to warn you of one thing. For me, luckily, I have a choice of going into my recent file, and I can see it right there. But if you don't have a recent file and you put it in your photos, it will not show up as the most recent photo or video or whatever. And that really confused me when I first started to use it. I kept downloading it again and again, like, oh, it didn't work. It puts it by the recording date when it was created. So it's like way back here. And the way I find it is I look in Video Saver and I see that its first screen is a black screen and it's 3 minutes and something. So I just go through here and I have to scroll way back, a little bit further back, and find it back here. So anyway, just a heads up, that's going to happen to you. It won't necessarily be the easiest thing to find, but it's on your phone. And if you do have an album called Recent, that would be the easiest way to find it. While I'm here, I want to show you something else on my phone. I can, with the iPhone again, I can record my phone screen. And how I do that is I go into settings and I go to the control center, customize my controls. And one of the things down here would be screen recording, which I've already added, so now it's up here. You just click the plus sign to add it. And then, so now when I'm on my phone, when I go into my control panel down here, I can click record. I can't do it now because I'm sharing my screen with you. If I did that, it can do one thing or the other. But when I do click on record, I have a control over the microphone as well. And that'll create a movie you could use. So if you wanted to ever, I'm going to stop sharing this. So if you wanted to record something like that by recording your phone screen, that's an option too. All right. Any quick questions before I move on?
I have a question, Claire. When you're
Yes.
recording, you can't play music at the same time, right? Like I've had that experience.
When I'm recording, yeah, I don't know what kind of device are you using?
I have an iPhone, it's an 8, and I've tried to play the music and record dancing at the same time.
Yes, yeah, no.
And
yeah.
it doesn't work.
No, yeah, I've tried that too. Now, anybody in this room with an iPhone, you should be doing all of this in iMovie, not on Clipchamp. iMovie on the phone is all I had. I didn't get my laptop until the parents bought it for me. And I got it in like at the end of the year, like a week before classes started. It was kind of tragic, like, oh, they got me this great machine and school's over. So most of the videos that you will see that I've made have been made on this old iPhone. And if you have and it sounds like with an 8, you've got a better iPhone. And I've got some videos on that playlist of videos that's just about how to use iMovie and on either an iPad or an iPhone. I'd really encourage you to do that because it's a lot better than Clipchamp, and for many reasons. So was that Dawn who had the iPhone 8? I can't hear you, Dawn. But Dawn, if that was
Oh
you,
yeah, that was me. I was talking with
Oh,
with the
so,
mute.
yeah, so you and I should definitely get together because in your situation and with an iPhone 8, I can help you. And I'm going to reach out to you. I'm sorry, Dawn, what's your last name?
Williams.
Okay, because I got a few Dawns. Dawn, I'm going to reach out to you, okay? And because you can do amazing things with that phone. And I
Oh,
think you're going to
great.
enjoy it. Yeah. In
Maybe I
some
should have
ways, the
with the
phone is
Mac
better
one.
than the laptop. I'm sorry, say that again?
Oh, I was just thinking maybe I should have joined the Mac one at 10 instead of, because I don't have a Mac, but I have the iPhone.
Yeah, they're different things. It wouldn't help you that
Okay.
much. But I got
Okay.
those 3 videos up there from a class I taught this summer that's just for the iPad, iPhone. iPad
Okay.
and iPhone are equivalent.
Gotcha.
All right, cool, Dawn. I'm excited. I'll reach out to you later.
Thank you.
All right. All right, so I'm gonna go and share my, were there any other burning questions?
Claire, I have
Yeah.
a question, and it was seeing your solitaire math game video.
Yeah.
Say as teachers this year, if we want to be, sharing videos with one another, but we want to sort of personalize it with our students, like, give an introduction. Say, I'm sharing this video with you. It's really great. It ties into the work we've been doing with, making tens. Like, what would be your recommendation for doing that type of sharing?
All right, so let me, I've done that. Like, for example, I had 2 kids that weren't coming, and I was really trying to reach out to them and somehow make a contact with them. So what I did was I had kids make video messages to them, just checking in with them, how you doing, not really putting pressure on them to come, just like, we miss you and we just want to say hello. And then I put that together just for those 2 boys, right? I made one for one boy, one for the other. And then, so what you're saying is like you get your little lesson video and then you make another clip that says, Henry, you know that we've been working on our tens, right? And here's a fun thing you can do to get even stronger. And then put that clip, so you've got your clip of the lesson, and then you make a personalized message. You can put those together, export that, put it on YouTube as unlisted, and give that link to that kid specifically in Seesaw or Google Classroom. And then you can make a bunch of personalized clips and then just keep putting them on that same lesson clip. Does that answer that?
It answers it, but I'm not sure I understand it 100%.
Okay, let me show you. Let's head over. Oops, I gotta share my screen first. Sorry, it's like I know each day is a new day, but I kind of have a cumulative fatigue. I think I've been overusing my brain with these 2 classes, and so I'm a little bit like, oh. So excuse me if I'm a little slow today. So let's say, before I no, okay, I'm gonna finish with Kim first. So let's say this video is your lesson. I'm gonna put that in the timeline. Now, with your phone, or I could even just do it on here. I don't know, let me see. I don't know if it'll allow me to share my screen and record my screen at this webcam at the same time. Let me try. Okay, it looks like it is. So I'm gonna wait for the countdown. Hi, Billy, let's have some fun. Okay, that's my personalized message to engage Billy. You can tell why my kids are so engaged with those wonderful messages. So I'm going to click it to get it down in the timeline. Did it get down there? Let me see. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. So now here it is at the beginning. So that's my lesson video. Now, let me get rid of some of this stuff over here. Now I would come over to export. And Jeremy, this is at 480 is your highest resolution, but it's good enough for YouTube. These are the higher resolutions you have to pay for. And then I click continue. I'm not going to export this whole thing. It would take too long. But with mine, it automatically downloads it. But if it doesn't, you could click download after it's done processing. And then I'm going to cancel that. I would put that on YouTube without as unlisted. Then I'd come back here, get rid of this personalized message, and record a new one. And so like I'm just quickly cranking out 10 individualized lessons, up, you know, however many you need. Kim, does that help you better?
It does, Claire, and that's great. So I understand that we would do that if we were using our own video, but say if I wanted to use your video, another teacher's video.
I would use Video Saver to get that off the internet. So it's now your video. So there's copyright issues, right? But you might ask permission first.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I might use Video Saver to grab my video, download it onto my computer so I can put a personalized message in front of it. Otherwise, the best you can do is give them a link to my video, which is not going to be the same. It won't have the personalization. You know, personally, I'm okay with people. I personally have gone on to Malcolm X's kindergarten teams. I haven't taken any of their stuff, but I've totally been inspired by it. Because like as a teacher, I feel like I'm the one that should be doing as much of the instruction as I can. So I steal ideas and then I do it as my own video, you know, shake the egg card and play the game. But I, you know, especially as a new kindergarten teacher, I'm limited in my ideas. So I harvest the internet for good ideas and then I try and make my own. I do that with arts and crafts. I do that with science experiments. Yeah. So, Kim, how's that for an answer?
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Claire.
Yeah, and it would be Video Saver that helped me get things off the internet. So I wanted to, let me look at my list. I wanted to show you something in, let me get these guys out of my way again. In YouTube. First, I want to show you this, that I have this link on our resources, which is customizing your channel on YouTube. And that will take you to a video I made that's about 10 minutes long because there's a lot. It's very dense, all this stuff on YouTube. So I want to just direct you there as a resource. And I just want to point out 2 places that I think are important for you, or 3. Okay, so here, when you're on your channel, just go to YouTube, click on your icon here. Down here are settings. I want you to just look around in here. We already talked about the status and the features yesterday. You find out if you have any strikes. Add or manage your channels. These are my 2 channels under this this Gmail account. I could add another channel if I wanted to. And what I felt was important here in advanced settings, if you ever want to delete your channel, that's how you would do it. And then I suggest you just look in here and look at the settings. I'm going to go over here to my icon, but now I'm going to move over to YouTube Studio. Slightly confusing is they also have settings and they're different. So the one I want to point out to you here, and I think you should explore these and just see what it is. I want to go on to the channel here. This is the settings in the YouTube studio. Here's where you could put keywords. So people who are searching, you might come up. I don't know if you want to come up. That's if you want to be searched. What I think is important is that in advanced settings. Now, this is my personal YouTube. I am not making this for kids. But with my BUSD YouTube channel, I did select that this is for kids. And that gives me an advantage that every video I upload, that will be the default. Because this channel is not made for kids. Every single video I have to go in and specify it's made for kids. And coming back here for a minute, I also want you to notice this link. It is creating accessible channels on YouTube. It's from Jennifer Nguyen, our Digitech. Did I open it? No. So it just tells you the truth of what you can do and the fact that, yeah, it probably isn't going to help that much. But over time, we're hoping that your channel will be viewed as kid safe. And then the last thing I want to show you over here, which is really important for you guys, you do have a nice selection of music in Clipchamp, but YouTube has its own audio library, and it's quite extensive, maybe too extensive. Like, how do I even begin? I have on here, I'm going to cough for a second, sorry. I'm sorry. Down here, popular YouTube audio songs for children. And these are just videos. So it's giving me the name of the song here, and then it'll go to, let's see. This is the one I liked. Anyway, this I believe gives you 20 songs that this person, I'm not sure how they picked them, but maybe they did it by the most popular. So when I'm in here, I can go by genre. Can I? Let's see. I think I have to get this thing off here so I can say, got it. All right. Now I thought I could do it by genre. Oh, apparently I did do it by genre. Okay. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. All right. And I could also do it by artist. And I noticed that the Green Orbs had a bunch of kids stuff. Can I actually just search it too? Yeah. So I can do sandcastles. I don't know if it was castles or there it is. And then I can download it. And so now when I'm in Clipchamp, I can, I think that went into my download. So there it is. I can bring that in and I can put that as audio, which I have a song here, so that's probably not the best idea. But that's another way you can get additional audio into your project, accessing the YouTube's audio library by going to the YouTube Studio. When you're on your channel, it'll be over here, YouTube Studio, and then you're gonna have to, see, it's tricky, they hide it. This is a scrollable, and it's hiding at the bottom of that right there. I think I might be done. I think that might be it. It's only 9:27. So let me stop sharing for a minute. Yep, I think I might have hit at the end, believe it or not, of everything I had to say. So it's a good time for us to, like, if you have questions or if you want to share your screen with me and say, look, can you help me find my files or anything? Anybody have any questions? Jeremy.
Yeah. Since you're doing distance learning, how do we know what is okay YouTube videos to show for kids for education? Like, is there, or you're going to get in trouble if we show a video on YouTube that, you know, a parent then looks at it, oh my God, and freaks out about it and contacts, you know, you or.
Well, I think if you have any pause, then don't show that video. Like if in your mind anybody would be offended by it, then don't do it. There is an issue that, like, these things show up on the side that have nothing to do with you, that are sometimes inappropriate. It actually has to do with the YouTube viewing of the people in the house. So when the kid gets on that device, sometimes their parents' viewing habits show up on the side as suggestions for things to watch, and that's an issue. And for that reason, some teachers don't use YouTube. They use Loom, which is a way to share videos without anything on the side. You lose all the analytics when you go over there. And also like the number of views and duration of view. You could also just share it from your Google Drive, which is once you download that video from Camp, then you upload it to Google Drive and you share you make it you change the sharing options to make it accessible to your students. So those are the safer ways to share videos. I know the district, at the beginning at least, we're sending kids to Storytime Online, which is on YouTube. But I don't know. I generally, I don't know. I don't do many of my own, like, go watch this other person's YouTube video too much. I take the district's recommendations, but I do send them to websites where there are videos, like the San Diego Zoo and things like that. I would say be careful. People are very sensitive right now. So I wouldn't want to put myself into anybody's anger zone, you know. Any other questions? Eleanor, oh yeah. I still can't hear you. There we go.
Okay, thanks, Claire. I was wondering how would I watch the recorded videos that you had done earlier sessions?
Yeah, so let me share with you one more time. I believe you got onto my email list last night, didn't you? Hold on, let me share. Did I send you an email last night?
No.
No.
No. Did you?
Maybe I didn't. Maybe you slipped through. Wait, did I ever send you an email? I did. I must have sent. No.
No, Claire, I didn't get any email from
My
you.
bad. I'm sorry. Let me write that down. I remember your name. That's why I thought I did.
Yeah.
So Tashi, so I'm gonna make sure I send that to you after this meeting. And if for some reason I have a brain mishap and I forget, my name is Claire Dugan, and you can reach out to me on Gmail. But I'm going to give you now a link in the chat to this document. And I'm going to show you with on my screen that here, I think it's like the 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth one on the list is a playlist of all these classes.
Okay.
One thing, I wanted to show you guys this. How would I use, like, what I did where I took that off the internet? I just want to show you an example. So this is a almost 8-minute video where I was talking about a story they had to watch online, and I was sharing the answers they had submitted. And then I talk about my opinion to what the good answer could be. And this is before I had Video Saver. It was back on April 13th. So I actually just used my camera to film my Chromebook. So the quality is not that good, but I just wanted to share this with you so you could get a sense of how you might.
All right, great, thank you.
Okay, scooped it up and she thought she was helping it. And that was one beast.
I was walking home from Grandma's house through the deep, dark woods when I spied a strange little beast. Feet, 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 feet. He was stuck up a tree and whining sadly, so I decided to rescue him. Feet. I will call you Fang, I told him. And I wrapped him warmly up in my scarf and carried him safely home.
But when we listened to part 2 of the book, it switched the perspective or the point of view. Instead of the girl telling us the story, now the animal told us the story. And he wasn't suffering in the tree, he was having a good time. And this beast, this little girl, he's calling a beast, a terrible beast, scooped him up when he was having a good time and did all sorts of things that made him uncomfortable.
A Tale of Two Beasts, Part 2, The Terrible Beast. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la. I was hanging from my favorite tree, singing happily to the birds when, hey, I was ambushed by a terrible beast. Growls.
So the value I think in that is like when you're in a Zoom, it's very hard to have their attention and it's very hard for them sometimes. And so I find that I can do more instruction maybe. Well, I could do instruction in small groups on Zoom, but this making videos opens up a whole door of like, so that was an assignment they have. So we could just go a little bit deeper. It's kindergarten, but we could go deeper and not just let it just end with them giving me a response, but me. So that's just I think a good way that videos can help us with distance learning.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to jump back here. I think Eleanor had a question, but I just realized I wanted to remind you guys that when you're on YouTube in the YouTube studio, this morning I went back and made all these things unlisted, and it was easy for me to do. You click on videos on the side, and then you have the option of changing it. What I realized that I had done was I had all these things as public. These are the recordings I'm making of our classes. And I think sometimes as I've been teaching, we've been stumbling across videos of like the graduation yearbook. I did not get their permission. I got my class's permission. So I just needed to take those off the public domain because they were in these classes. I had images of people's children. And by making it unlisted, I'm protecting them more. I'm still giving that link out to BUSD teachers, but the public won't be able to get there unless somebody gives them a link. I can put it in Google Classroom, I can put it in Seesaw for my class, even though it's unlisted. It just keeps it from being public. Eleanor, did you have a question?
Oh, actually, it was related to that. Like if you wanted to see the rest of your videos, because you have such a great collection, how do we access that? Or did you give us like a link to your videos that we can?
Yeah, so that I have in this document as well. If you go down here, it says, this is a link to my BUSD channel, and here's a link to my non-BUSD channel. I think I talked to you about that, you guys. I was on this other channel until mid-April, and then BUSD advised me to get off of it and get on. I saw the document to use your BUSD thing. So I got a bunch of videos on the non-BUSD, and then I have more on the BUSD.
Thank you so much, Claire.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other questions?
Yeah, Claire, this is kind of a question that might dovetail with Eleanor's. Say it is really, I've watched some of your videos. I'm just wondering, say if we watch a video, I don't know if you could do like a Martin Scorsese or an Ava DuVernay and say, oh, this is how I did this. Like as you were showing your instructional video with the book,
Oh, me.
I was like, well, how did Claire do that? Did she introduce herself and then did she use the YouTube, you know, do what we're doing right now, what we've learned to do, like do the clip and then fade in? Like it would almost be great to watch a video and then have you do the commentary on how you made it.
Sure, I could do that.
Because I think
if you have a specific video you'd like to do me to do that too, I'd be open to suggestions.
yeah, I mean, like the instructional video, you've really described, I think, the power of these instructional videos. Kids can watch it with their families, they can watch it again, they can watch it on their own time. Like they're powerful for this environment. But it's like, really, how did you make it? A little bit more information.
Sure. Yeah.
Even with the one we were watching.
That one with
the story.
Sarah Silverberg. Yeah, it's not one of my prouder moments. It's like early in the game, it's a bit rough. Part of me is like, some of these videos, I'm like, girl, you should have washed your hair. If you didn't wash your hair, you should put on a hat. But you know, when it's every day, it's like, here, I'm here. That's the best I can do. I'm here. Welcome to you.
Maybe then you would pick one that you feel is a really good example.
Yeah. Or maybe make it better before I do that, like clean it up and then put it up as a model. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good suggestion, Kim. I also want to say to you guys while I have you here, well, don't forget to fill out your participation form and don't forget to fill out your timesheets. If you're with us for the first time and you'd like to get on my email list of resources, please put your name and your assignment in the chat. Oh, I did all that and then I spaced out what I was going to say. Oh, I know. Okay. I would like, and I don't know what this would look like. This summer has been good for me because I did not want to be idle. I like to take road trips and that wasn't going to happen this summer. And so I channeled it into this professional development. Once I'm teaching, I find that actually very overwhelming just to teach, to be honest with you. But I feel like it's important for me to offer my resources to people. And so if your staff or a small group of teachers at your site would like help in these topics, I'm available. I don't know how available I am. We'd have to figure out what I could handle. Editing and sharing videos. Seesaw. I'm very good at Seesaw. And I know that I'm a little bit concerned because we fought to get Seesaw, but I think we may be missing the important thing of helping people to use it. I see there are PDs for Seesaw this week and next. I'm not sure when. But one way or another, I may have to just make videos, but if you guys wanted to Zoom as a small group of primary teachers from your school site, and I could take you through Seesaw, I can do Pear Deck. I'm good at teaching Pear Deck. And the last one would be a website using Google Sites. I don't know how important that is. I don't think that's that important. But those things, if you can get a small group of people together and you'd like me to come and do a few of these Zooms with you, I think that's going to be critical for this year of distance learning.
Claire, I've heard a lot about Seesaw. I teach high school and I've heard it's really good for elementary. This past shelter in place distance learning, I used Flipgrid and the students did their dances on Flipgrid, and then I was able to access them. But the high schoolers were really hesitant to want to share their performances with anybody else but me. And I think, it has a lot to do with just the psychology of you know, where we're at with
Yeah, the
everybody getting
vulnerability.
critiqued and
Yeah.
but Flipgrid videos pretty easily accessible, and I have Flipgrid on my phone too, so
And the
would I be
nice
able to
thing
put
is you
those
could
in there?
download those, and they download as MP4 files, which you can use in Clipchamp. But like you said, they're not into sharing their videos with each other, right?
Right, not at all. And so I'm gonna have to figure out that this coming year. And
Yeah,
I mean, that was after we had already built community as a class
yeah,
for, you know, the several months prior, 6 months prior, whatever.
yeah. Seesaw has only been purchased for K through 2, I believe, maybe TK as well. And it runs $200 a year for you to get it personally. There would be the advantage because they can submit videos to you in Seesaw, and you could not make them viewable by other people. You have the control. In kindergarten, we do want them to see each other's work. Kindergartners, like in general, are still interested in sharing. So it would cost you $200 though, because BUSD isn't paying for it for high school. I wonder, let me look at Flipgrid and see if there's a way you could make it private. I think it's the opposite of what Flipgrid's trying to do, but I bet you maybe if you had enough, like you could just have, how many students do you have?
200.
Wow. Yeah.
Claire, oh, it froze.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to chew on that for a while, Dawn. 200. Okay.
Well,
Yeah. Let me see if I can think about ways that you can have people privately share their videos with you without other people seeing them. Probably in Google Classroom,
Thank
right?
you.
Did you use Google Classroom?
Yeah, I used Google Classroom, but not for video. I used oh yeah, I guess did get a few videos on Google Classroom. You're right. Flipgrid, and then some of them knew how to do that. So
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Let me try and think about it. Let me write that down. Actually, did I have another question that was coming through?
I'll ask another one if
Sure.
that's, yeah. And this is about something that you haven't mentioned yet, Claire, but I'm wondering if you or anyone else knows about Padlet for elementary. I saw a webinar the other night, and they said that Padlet, they recommended doing Padlet for like group brainstorming, and they said that it was free. When I went on Padlet, I could not, it seemed like it wasn't free. I don't know if anyone knows about that.
It might not be free for you. So I'm going to just see if I can pull up, where's my Gmail? Let me see. I'm going to see if I can, I sent this to Craig.
I think maybe, did the district get Padlet for 6 through 12?
Let me see if I can pull that up. I have that here. Just open it up. Okay. Padlet, where are you? It's only for 9 through 12. So that's why you can't access it.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought I was sharing my
Do you know
screen.
of a
with you.
Padlet equivalent, Claire?
I'm not even familiar with Padlet, to be honest with you. Sorry.
Okay.
But I've heard of it, but I just haven't done it myself. So what you're looking for is Padlet because of the brainstorming.
I think, excuse me,
Yeah.
I think there's one for lower grade. I think that you can access for free.
Let me put the list up so you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked the other night, Eleanor.
Because there's this
on the Padlet website.
Oh.
Yeah.
Molly Bluestein from our school used it over this for summer school. So
it was something that's not Padlet, Eleanor, something else?
It is Padlet,
oh,
but
my
it's
bad.
not Padlet backpack. It's just Padlet. She used it for summer school for her kids, and they were able to record things on it. So you might check another. kind, or I'll ask her and
Oh, I just got in.
here, make a Padlet right here.
I went to a training yesterday, and I think there's 20 like free Padlet, bulletin boards, and then after that, I believe you guys have to start paying.
Oh, you know what she did is she just archived it. What she did is she would have them, well, if you have a lot of people, you won't be able to do it, but if you have about 20 kids, you could do it. What she would do is she would archive these things once they're done.
And that gives you another fresh set of 12?
I think is it 12 or 20?
20, my bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I do in Video Saver. I should have told you that too. Once you do 5, they're going to tell you have to pay for it, but you can just delete them because they're on your camera roll. So, and then you could do 5 more. So is that what you're saying, Eleanor? She did her 20, archived them, and then had 20 new ones
Yeah,
you could do?
exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of workarounds on these freebies sometimes like that. So, any other questions? And thank you so much for doing this with me. I appreciate you guys sticking through all 4 days, and I do sincerely want to offer you my help. And you should feel comfortable reaching out to me and saying, like, I'm going to be spending some time with someone on Friday who's already reached out to me, and I'm spending some time with someone after class today, the next class, who's reached out to me. Because sometimes, like, you're the people especially that I want to reach, the ones that this is not going to work for you to learn it this way. I just feel this need to not leave people alone, especially the older of us who might feel like, God, I just should just retire. So anyway, I just want you to reach out to me if you need help.
Thank you, Claire.
All right.
Love you.
Hi, Claire.
Love you too.
Thank you so much, Claire.
Thank you, Claire.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Dawn, I'll be in touch.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
I
Thank
too.
you.
I'll be in touch too.
Right on.
Bye.